Hello there, folks. Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines with me, Dr. Fincher FM. Good to see you. I've put on a different colour, like temperature mod or whatever it's called, like a realistic colour mod. I like it a lot. I actually think it makes quite a big difference. For those that are wondering what I mean, again, it's probably one from the workshop. You go to game, they're not gameplay, it's just graphics, and it's realistic V1.2. I don't know if anyone uses this, but I had loads of them. I've never put them on before. I've also put depth of field on normal rather than disabled. I didn't realise I had it disabled for ages. I think it was probably to do with something to do with my graphics settings back in the day, but as I've upgraded my computer recently, I've been able to play around a little bit with it, and yeah, it looks really nice. So yeah, I've changed the colours a little bit. Right, before we get into anything today, we've got all sorts of issues going on. Oh goodness me! Not only at the end of last episode did we have a particular issue with our electricity. We are maxed out big time in terms of how much electricity we currently have in this city. So I'm going to bring about a major change, really. We're going to bring in a solar power system. 80,000 is the costing. We'll get rid of that there, and then we'll pop in this particular building there. Now, obviously, it's not linked up to anything currently, but it will provide the city with a massive amount of electricity. You'll see it suddenly go up. Let's see, production-wise, it'll go to, let's see what it goes to. I'm now very, very interested. 517. So that should keep us going for a long time. Worth noting, if you do use these, they do cost a lot to uphold, over £1,000 a week, or 1,000, whatever the currency is per week. I guess dollars, we'll say, as we're in America. So yeah, do bear that in mind if you're going to put loads of them in. It will start costing you a lot of money. But we're making 24,000. We're making loads, folks. It's going fine. The other issue we've got is the water situation. We never actually checked in on the progression of the water situation. You can see that we've had a little bit of an impact with these sort of garbage waste discs. I can't remember what they're called. I'm making it up as we go along. But it's not quite going to plan. We need to move one of these further along and then connect it up, because we're having a little bit of an issue with our polluted water. It's never good, viewers. We'll just get this and we'll stick it right there. I mean, it's not a fix, it must be said. I worry that some of these aren't having necessarily the impact that we'd like, so I'm going to bring another one over as well and just stick it in the middle of it, all the wind turbines that are in the water. I will say the colour mod on these has really made this look a lot prettier. I think especially those buildings up there, it just looks, I don't know, do you think it just looks cleaner now? Something about it? Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say so. I would agree with it. I said it. What am I talking about? Waffle, viewers. Utter waffle. Do you know what I might do? I've not done this for ages. Which one is it? It's this one, isn't it? I'm going to put these roads. I'm going to continue, like, because it's still one way around those areas. I'm actually going to have it not one way and build it all the way around now. We've put off doing this for a long time. I'm just going to pause so I can go back and fix that. That little bit of road there doesn't quite fit. This is going to destroy all of these bits of like the industrial area, but I don't really mind that. I'm prepared at this point to sacrifice that just to make it look a bit prettier on the outskirts and the outsides. Some of these roads, though, are not possible to be dealt with. We're going all the way around, though. I'm committing, viewers. I feel like it's been too long, and we've not committed yet to doing this. And the more we do it, the more satisfying it becomes. Right, we've got to move this incineration plant away or along somewhere to there, so we can then change the road. There's some buildings that you can't alter the road for. It just won't let you for whatever reason. So you have to be careful with that. We're also going to get rid of a lot of this industry, as I'm going to build it out into offices instead. That's what New York looks like. We've put, again, it's one of those things we've put off doing for a very long time. We're now finally committing to it. For a city that needs its industry at the moment, probably a risk. But we're going to say the city should, or the industrial area of offices should fix the problem. But you can see we've still got this area here. But again, this particular section, I do want to be like office focused. So right, let's build all around here. Put them all along sort of where that is as well. I want to do some like really cool ferries as well. They've got the Staten Island ferry that comes off the bottom of here. I don't know if we're going to have space, or we're going to have to build a little bit out. Maybe use one of the I can't think what the phrase is now, Ben. There's one of the terrain tools to make it slightly bigger on this side, or just go across and alter the way that this curves out a little bit. Hopefully, while they are destroyed, they will also grow again very, very quickly. And they're going to go quite big, so it'll look natural on this bottom end. You can see it's growing nicely, and I guess we've got this problem down here, haven't we? Because there's that one way still. Yeah, it is. Right, we don't want it to be one way anymore. We certainly don't. So we'll put in a road that goes just under. It's only going to be one way, which is not ideal, but you don't really have much of a choice. Do we have one with bike lanes as well, actually? That's what we really need. Is it that one? No, we don't have any with bike lanes, really. Oh, no, there are some with bike lanes. Here we are. 2-lane road with bike lanes, so pop in some bike lanes as well. The cyclist can then still use those freely, and it should still run neatly. But we now have it going all the way around. I've just realised electricity-wise we're lacking. Yeah, we need to link these up as well. I'm surprised that doesn't actually have more of an impact. I guess because, in theory, it's only connected to there, and it's connected all the way around. Right, yeah, of course. I was looking at the comments on the video yesterday. People would quite like it if we added Central Park Rangers into Central Park. I don't know where on earth I'm going to put it or do it, but I can't really include a Madison Square Garden in all of this. There's not really room to do it. It would have to go like here, and I don't think we can do it. The colours, by the way, the depth and things I've added to this make this game look a lot prettier than it did before, don't you think? Something about it. Am I crazy? Am I going crazy here? Or does it look like considerably prettier? I don't think it looks considerably prettier. Of course, we built out this area last week. I've got to say, that looks quite realistic to real life, in a sense. I don't know if I could find some pictures, but when me and Ellie had our meal after we got engaged, we came to a restaurant around this area here. I think I mentioned it in an episode a while ago. We've got views or pictures of that particular view. So it's kind of cool to see in real life now. We've got so much more to build out. I keep thinking about this. All this area here has to be filled in. There's lots of people as well suggesting that we've got to include some industry at some point, and I don't think you're wrong at all. I think doing some sort of like forest industry down here could be a really nice way of doing it, because it's quite far detached from everything else. Whether we can connect it to some of the outer highways or not, I don't know. You want to have good highway connections when you do that, so I've got to be careful with it. Like down here, prime to be doing it. Like I think we've got to do it around the Hoboken area and further down there as well. So we'll get to that at some point. We'll continue though today to build out this particular area and yeah, try and increase foot flow as well as again up the population. Our next milestone, we might as well talk about this, is 30,000. We're currently nearly getting to 25,000. We'll get another area as well, another 2x2. So that'll be really good. Cargo Harbour will be there as well. At that point, American Football Stadium will be included. Of course, we put the Yankees up here somewhere at some point too, in the Bronx, I think it is. So that'll be good. Yeah, we'll continue to build this out. It's funny that it bridges in certain spots. I really wasn't expecting it to do that, but I guess this is the city's life we live right now. Should we go a little bit further along? Is that a 9 and 9? Yeah, it's an 18, which is a bit strange. You don't normally have those. We'll go for a 12 or a 13 there instead. So it comes out a little bit further. And I guess we can connect that up to there. It's slightly off centre for whatever reason. So, I mean, that's the way around that. You still get your natural curve. Do we build under this bridge? Can you get houses under there? Or can you get roads under it? Because I guess we kind of do want that in a sense. But it's not really letting me do it anywhere. I guess because the way the terrain goes. Actually, it will go in some places. Maybe it's just blocked by... Oh, yeah, that's it. It's just because it's blocked by these bits here, the stanchions for the actual road. I think they must all be like that, I guess. Because you could probably build it straight under there. Yeah, you could. So, if we're going to do that, I don't really mind these being here. Again, I don't know if they're sound barred or not. I can't really tell. I don't think they are. But we could really build out this area with this particular road. I do wonder... Looking at this here, if you want to make it so it goes 4 ways, rather than just the 3, where it goes across and then we'd have to have slips coming off it, do I go big with it and make it a 4-way? So it goes that way, it goes this way, it goes this way, but it also comes down here. There is a particular like road, what would this be called? An intersection, of course, like this sort of thing I could implement. It would be flat, it would be on the ground, but again, popping it in like there does appeal to me, because of course we're going to have an airport in this corner. LaGuardia is going to essentially be there. It'll probably be the first airport we actually build as well, so it'll be quite, it's going to be quite a while away before we do that, but just thinking logistically it works quite nicely. It might give me a chance to redo some of these roads as well, because while this is like effective and it's working, it's a bloody mess, viewers. There's no other way of putting it. It just looks, it's like a really badly drawn Spider-Man. Do people know what I mean? Like the Spider-Man, not the logo, but like there's a symbol to do with Spider-Man. It looks like that, but really not good. Like someone's designed it, been paid to design it, but has never seen Spider-Man before, and also thinks Spider-Man has 4 legs as well. So it's not ideal. The traffic flow is far better here than it used to be. Still a few issues, of course, there is here and there. But we've got some really good like free-flowing areas now. I think the one-way system, there was a lot of concern about whether we'd have major congestion. From what I can tell, if I can actually select the right one, the congestion is only on that bridge, which you kind of expect. Everywhere else, like, it looks really good. Like, I'm actually really happy with it. 80% for New York Like, I'll take that all day long. That's not bad at all. I do wonder, one thing I've been thinking about doing, again, it's nice to share all these thoughts. I would usually, again, plan this, but people would like me to talk about it as well during, is having some one-way roads that like go through and down into these highways. So, for example, if I was to do one, here would be a prime example of where I could do it, right? So I could go down here like this and then just connect it in some fashion like that. I do worry, of course, there would be maybe some congestion around the area, but it might, again, it might help the way that these roundabouts operate. I've sort of slotted that in there, actually, and it's quite a nice place to put it. I don't want there to be major queuing. I just want it to act like a natural runoff for cars, and if we could do it on the same way going the other way as well, again, I don't know, it's a bit tricky on that end. I don't really know where to do it. Maybe towards this side. I might have to destroy a road to maybe do it, or destroy a house at least to do it. Or we could do it here, maybe. This would potentially work. Go there, and then let it sort of build one way onto that road. It's not really letting me do it. It might have curved round, actually, so let's consider that. Let's delete this and start again. So we'll have it maybe curve. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work, viewers. Again, we could go further out, I guess, but... oh, maybe not. No, I'd have to do it from here, I think. Similar to how we've done it the other way. Again, if you go down and then curve it onto this highway, it's just not... For whatever reason, it's not... Oh, there it is. It would let me do it there. So, I mean, we could pop that in. You know, it destroys a bit of housing, which is not ideal because we've had it there for a while now. The Morgan Tunnel, it's called. But it would just help, potentially, some of the cars and some of the streets run a little smoother. I say that. There seems to be a bit of a... Not a jam, but it seems to be taking its sweet time here to actually... To have cars come down it. There doesn't seem to be... Oh, blimey. Oh, God. What if we just... This is something... Okay, well, we saw it literally moments ago, and it was absolutely fine. And now, all of a sudden, it's not fine. For some reason, cars are stopping here. And that seems to be causing a major pile-up. Not a pile-up, but, again, do I need to reduce some traffic lights around here? Maybe that's what it is. Hang on, if we just click one of these road signs. Hang on, get rid of this. Right. Click one of these road signs, and then let's just see. Because it might be a traffic light issue. That often is the case with cities sometimes. Is that maybe if we removed all the traffic lights upon here, it would just make it run a bit smoother. Across this way, it's not too bad. Like lengthways, it's probably more logical to have them in there. Like to have one there and there. It might just break up the traffic a little more. But if this is causing like a real issue, it doesn't look to be, does it? Like the cars are moving pretty smoothly there. But yeah, elsewhere they're having their own problems. Oh, I don't like that at all. You can see the arrows vaguely. Like a car's really trying to like pile out of here. There's no other natural way to get to this highway. So I worry that there's just going to be hundreds of cars now trying to get to this particular bit of road. Has that improved things at all by putting some traffic lights in? Not particularly. Although, did I put traffic lights on that particular road and now it seems to be running a little smoother? Maybe. That might be the case. It seems to be freeing up a little bit. Again, maybe it just takes a little bit of time to do it. Because actually, it might just be fine. I guess we'll see. Can I put traffic lights in over on this side? Like the traffic management stuff is really great. And there's the mod for it, which is this. Here, the traffic manager. That is, I say, really fantastic. It's not something I use loads. So I am just trying to figure it out on my own. I think having traffic difficulty sometimes can actually be quite good fun in a bizarre, twisted way. But yeah, are they now going to release a little free? It's just the fact it's letting one go at a time. I think it's because of the way this junction's formed. Sometimes this does happen, and I really despise how it happens. Because it's just like filtering one car out at a time. And it wasn't doing this before we had some of these roads in. I don't know. What if we put a stop sign in maybe here? And that seems to free up a little bit. What if we do it on both sides? So it gives them a little bit more freedom. I was just boasting about how great my one-way system is. And I realised that it queues all the way down what would be like 4th Avenue or not like 2nd Avenue or something like that. Yeah, we're having a lot of cars trying to get to this position. And I wonder if that's what's causing the blockage. But it appears to be this dog leg here. For those that aren't familiar with the phrase dog leg, I don't know if that's a British term or a universal term, but that appears to be the issue. All right, we'll come back to it. Again, it's Manhattan. It's going to... My excuse for this is it's Manhattan. It's going to be busy. It's going to be congested, right, guys? It's going to be congested. Let's put in some more office-y blocks around our World Trade Center, because I think that's probably going to make some logical sense as someone drives past my house in a very loud car thinking they're cool. I've got news for them, they're not, but I appreciate their hustle. You know, they're trying to impress everyone on the road, whereas everyone on the road's wishing they'll shut up as it's 1 a.m. as I record this. I know the dedication to this series is very extreme. We'll just do one more there. I think a moth has entered the room as well, which I will say is not particularly good for you who can't see it, but again, it's the world I live in, it's the life I lead, here's a moth-ridden life. Where do we go now? I guess we have to... I know at some point I boldly have to build over here, but there's a lot of fear attached to that, because like the committing of that is going to be extreme, and I'm not sure I'm prepared for it quite yet. I kind of want to put in a train station somewhere and link up this outer train station. Let's do it. Come on, let's be bold, Ben. You can always change it. Like if I'm not happy with it, you can see here, like train station. I've not done any like the cargo train terminals or the shipping stuff. That's going to be like really hectic. That affects travel quite a lot. We'll do it underground, right? So it'll go under to begin with, and then it'll pop out a little bit later on. I realised that we've got this underground road, so we're going to sort of bit of symmetry there with that particular road, and then as we go we can build it there, and it can come up through the ground as it does so, you see. So now what we'll have is our main source of traffic trains. Will go into that particular area. It could follow on and maybe bend round towards this upper side of here at the top of Central Park. Like again, it's not completely realistic, but it's kind of like it's quite a good idea as far as transport links go. We also need to build our tube station that goes all the way across to the other side as well. That's something I need to focus on at some point. Just going to build out some of these roads again. We've got these avenues, so we'll keep extending them, and we can obviously link it up eventually. But for now, we can just build out on this side because we've not done that yet, and we really should, because it's a piece of land that we're not yet building on, and we should use it to our advantage really that it's there. So also, and this is the key thing, it means I can delay building over towards Brooklyn and panicking about how messy it's going to look to begin with before it eventually looks beautiful. But I know right now it's not going to look beautiful, so I'm just too scared to sort it out. We'll get there though. I mean, again, it's a group project. We'll get there together. I'm just not quite comfortable. This goes quite up here. I don't know if that's like, again, this is a part of New York, right? This corner here I didn't visit, so I don't know if that is true to life with the fact it bends up a little bit. Again, we've got this road that can still continue to go on the outer of all of this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm unaware. I guess what we'll do is we'll put some lower density residential, so offices down here, by which I mean all smaller offices, not IT based anyway. I'm just going to build another district up in this corner as well, so we'll sort of loop it all the way around. It's going to collide with a few others, so you've got to be careful. It's also going to hit Central Park, so just be careful. But there, look, that is all we can do for now. We can't go over the... I always think you should be able to. I think if you want to set districts early on, then whether you own the land or not, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect too much. It would be really helpful with the planning. If anyone from Citie Skylines is watching, I wish I could do districts over the lines before I own them. I guess like I don't own the land, so you can't make it a district yet, but there is the intention to do so. So it'd be a lot easier if it just existed to begin with as a feature. Let's make this into something though. Let's give it a few like things to make it their own. So we'll do organic and local produce only up here. And not only that, we're going to use self-sufficient buildings, because I think that's just, again, it's a bit of a quirk, isn't it really? Right, let's get some office blocks in here. We'll put some commercial in these squares here, and then we can do some more housing maybe up towards this side. We've already done a little bit down here, and it's actually not growing. There's not an obvious, clearly there's not an obvious need for it right now, as I did fear this area would need water, and it's not got it at the moment. So we'll just make sure we cover all bases with that as well. Don't want people to not be able to shower or bathe or drink or all those other things. The story behind the water in America is actually really in New York is really interesting. Not that I can remember. I would leave that to the bus tour guide I had in New York called Dan. He was very, very good at explaining the situation to do with the water. Feel free to Google it. I mean, it was really interesting. And then we were in a traffic jam, so I think he saw that as a pro opportunity to reveal his knowledge about water. Is this IT only? Because I did not want it to be. I think I've accidentally made this IT only. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't want to. Oh, no office specialisation. They're all going to have to destroy and build up again now, aren't they? Look at them. Oh, the sadness is real. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry for the confusion. I can only apologise. Do we put Central? Do we put a football stadium right in the centre of this? Oh, God. How populated is Central Park these days? Is it still looking good? It's a 5-star park now. If ever a place deserves to be a 5-star park, it's without doubt Central Park, I would say. We still haven't got the zoo in there, though. I mean, we could do that. A zoo main gate down here. There's already a main gate, though, for the zoo. A small main gate? Oh, you can't do it. You have to make it another zone. So it can't be a park and a zoo unless I were to change a few of the... or change the zoning of it a little bit. We could have a tiny park down here. I guess we're going to have to do that, actually, because look, Central Park is known for Central Park Zoo. If anyone's seen the film Madagascar, it's a key part of the film that they're in New York. So I can't not have it. The way we're going to have to do this, then, is to pick one of these zones, the park zone, and erase the park area in this particular corner here, and then to do that, but then build another one that goes there like that, which is going to be our park. We'll call it, we'll just to avoid confusion, we'll call it Central Park Zoo, right? So there we are with that. And it's going to be tiny, I realise. It's going to be really small. So we'll just put that road in there, that path in there. We can get a few bits. We can't get loads of bits for the zoo, but we can get a few bits. And we'll link the park, which is not realistic to real life, but we can link the park to Lincoln Park. We can link the... Sorry, that just came into my brain. I was like, oh, I should mention that. That lovely little bit of wordplay. We'll just link it to the rest of the park. This road's going to have to go, or this path's going to have to go, because it's just in the way, really. Right, we'll just do a bend out there, a bend out here. Hopefully this is going to work in some capacity. We'll have a plaza where the seals go, or something. There, again, not true to real life. Souvenir shop, I went to the souvenir shop, so I know that exists. Restrooms as well, just out in that direction. What have we actually got in way of animals? The birdhouse. Oh God, this is the problem we've got. We've not really got enough space for this. It's going to start destroying roads or paths if we're not careful. Look, this is a shambles. I don't even need to make it a different section. I can just put zoo in anyway, but without the entrance. We've come so far though. Look, some of these areas they're just not going to fit. Oh no, viewers, this is. Oh, did that one fit just there? Just about. No, go on, please. That way, no. It's going to be an empty zoo. There's not going to be a lot going on in this particular zoo. There's restrooms. That's as good as it gets. Look, as far as anyone's concerned, they'll see that. They'll go, there's a zoo. All right? We know the truth. Don't make no mistake. We know what's really going on here. There is a plaza, a shop, and some restaurants. I don't know what they're selling souvenirs for. I'll be honest with you. It's shambolic, viewers. There's no other way around it. I have ruined Central Park Zoo. Just coming to the realisation that I've made an almighty cock up. These offices are built out extraordinarily quickly, but there seems to be demand for even more. So we will make some more. I kind of want to put it along here. I guess we will. Sure. There, look. That should cover a lot of bases. That should fill the need, or the demand, I should say, for offices quite spectacularly. We can maybe do the same down here. I don't know if we need goods, though. I wonder if goods are becoming a problem. Well, how's our traffic situation now? Is that cleared up a little bit? It appears to have cleared up a little bit. Oh, it's nowhere near as bad. Okay, yeah, lovely. That's far better. This bridge is proving to be one place of queuing. But I've seen the Spider-Man films. I've seen Peter Parker. He's always queuing on these bridges, to be honest. So, accurate, isn't it, really? This one is nowhere near as busy, which is nice. We do need to start building out this area more, though, it must be said. I guess we'll do some more officey bits over here, just because there's the demand for it, so I'm going to have to keep putting it in. Some shops near the train station, that works as well. I wonder if it's quite a highly popular... Like, how many people are coming to stay in New York? Oh, look at that! There are thousands of them. We should probably sort out, again, public transport. There's $3 million for us to spend as well. We're really flying at this point, viewers. The city's really picking up some momentum. Brooklyn, oh god, there's so much of you to sort out. But again, I am looking forward to it. I think it'll actually be a really exciting part of the whole build, and including some big industrial areas over on this side will also be really good fun. So I feel like right now we are not even 10, but this is going to surprise people probably. We're not even 10% in to what we actually will end up with by the time we get towards the end of this this entire series. How beautiful does that look, though? I've got to say, there's something about that that's very pleasing to my eyes. Oh, I like it a lot. And of course, we've got the same situation over here. Building out all around there, though, filling this whole thing out, it's going to be an almighty project. This series could go on for ages, and it's not a sort of thing where a new game's going to come out. So I've got endless amounts of time to do it. And of course, at some point, there'll be a new expansion pack come out in the winter period, probably. So it'd be really nice to include whatever that is as well. Loads of the expansion packs are really good value to get. Again, not sponsored by Citie Skylines, but if you are getting the initial game, getting some of the expansion packs is a pivotal part of playing the rest of it. And yeah, wait for a Steam sale, and they're all really reasonably priced, generally speaking. So that's going to bring it to the end though today. I think we'll come back tomorrow. We've done a few little bits. We've added industry. We've of course changed what we're going on down there. We've tried to do some medley bits with some of these tunnels that link out to the underground highway that we've got. That is a bit of a shambles. At some point we'll fix this. At some point we'll do something with this. I just know that this is going to be an almighty job. I kind of want to do it now just to see if it'll work. But I also don't want to create utter carnage. But my name is Ben Carnage. So I figured if I went quiet, I could shock it. You know, it's like when you I don't know, when you see a wild animal and you'll think, I'm just going to go and pet that wild animal. I would never do this, by the way. I'm too afraid of wild animals. I don't like horror films, for those that know me. Don't like wild animals. Used to be very scared of dogs. Not anymore. Fine with dogs. Lovely dogs. Don't bring it near me. That sounds like I'm still terrified, doesn't it? No, I don't mind dogs anymore, but I used to be quite scared of dogs. I used to... Let's do an anecdote, why not? This is the Secret Club channel, so we'll tell the anecdote. My cousins had dogs. And I knew at Christmas that we would go to my cousin's house, which was fine because I used to really like seeing my cousins. But each cousin had a dog, so there was this fear of I'm going to be bitten by a dog all the time that would just exist in my own brain. So if we went around for Christmas, I would have to stand. This is embarrassing. I would have to stand on the back of a sofa with people in front of me, or just a bevy of cushions. Telling that story to the public is something I might regret, but whatever. I should clarify again, fine with dogs now. I'm sure I'm not alone with my fear of dogs, and look how beautifully this is operating. Hopefully my story was enough of a distraction for me to then implement this absolutely flawlessly without any issues at all. It's actually not too bad. I don't really mind it. I think it's probably going to help with how the city grows and operates, especially, as I said before, when we include LaGuardia down here. I will say we're so far away from getting our first airport. We need to have a population of 60,000 to get an airport. So I think Brooklyn will be our first port of call to really growing things out. Oh, look at all these trains, look, coming into the station. Little pop through this little gap in about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, da-da. There it is, look. Lovely stuff. And it's actually been really well used as well. There's a lot of people using that train station, which is really great to see. I do worry because there's no public transport. They're getting off the train and then they're just walking all the way across over this bridge. By the looks of the bridge, I think that is actually what's happening. This entry point is getting very busy. I don't know whether I should make it 2 lanes or do something to make it not as painful. I am going to do that. It's going to be my last act before we end today's video. I thought I was going to end it about 5 minutes ago, and then I decided to be brave and tell you. Say brave. I told you about when I was scared of dogs. Not that brave, is it? Again, if you've got a dog, I'm not afraid anymore. Feel free to introduce me to your dog. I don't know what this conversation is. Right then, that's going to end things. If you enjoyed today, folks, again, please do drop a like on it. And if you want to see some more, make sure you are subscribed. This has been fun. Hopefully you'll join me again for some more. Hopefully tomorrow as well. And yeah, we're Love with Care. Until next time, we built a terrible zoo. Hopefully they haven't got any dogs. What can I tell you?